Morning. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mary Ann Smith, for those kind remarks, and thank you for your commitment as Alderman of 48th Ward and your commitment of working together with other aldermen and most importantly, empowering the community and getting things done, because in the end result, all of us want government to work for you and not for a few, and whether it's local, state, or federal government. And that's why people are really upset. They believe it's not working. And so you have to show them it's working. You have to empower them, empower the local officials to get the things done, and that's what you have to do. And that's why we're here, honoring Kathy, who was a great friend of mine and my family's, and great memories, and all of us have memories of her in so many ways that affected your life and her life. And she was a wonderful public servant. She came with a great commitment of dealing with the local Edgewater Council, and then, of course, preservation of Lake Michigan, the Great Lakes, and the protection of the Great Lakes. And she had a love of people, and then it turned in the state's attorney's office. She would meet many, many victims who were of violent crime, and to help their families and things like that. And then in turn, going into special events as director, she was the best. I'll be very frank. Of all the things in special events, she overpowered everyone with ideas and giving people empowerment and telling them to come up with your ideas and doing something for the city. So it's appropriate that she loved this community and her family, of course, and this wonderful beach. And when you think about the preservation of the beach is really important, but most importantly, facilities like this anchors in communities, whether it's a beach house or whether it's a park or a school or a library, or it's new lighting and pavement, all the things that go into to really improve the quality of life. And you not only have vision, but you have to implement things. You have to see things differently, especially dealing with the environment. All the things that you build, you have to be conscious of how long this is going to stand and what effect it will have upon our environment. You're so close to the lake, like anything else, you want to make sure that anything's built in any part of the city really is something that we can be proud of in the future, especially dealing with the environment. It was so important in this day and age. From my viewpoint, the Park District could be, after the mayor, one of the best jobs. I always tell Tim Mitchell that. It is, I'm telling you. Superintendent of Park District. Well, you think of all the things that you see in the city, and to make the parks, and Mary Ann talks about it, whether it's something in a local school, just that lit up a patch of concrete, and we tear that out and do things there, or it's a lakefront, or bigger parks, or smaller parks. All those things have a great effect upon people, have a great effect upon why you want to live in the city and why you want to raise your family, and that's what the city's all about. It's people. It's all about people. It's not about the big projects you may read about. It's all about people and how every project is connected to everything. Everything has to be connected. It can't be isolated. So that's very important when we talk about all the structures that we build here in this city. And from my viewpoint, this is appropriate. We always have to remember those who have left us. There's something we always have to do that. Otherwise, we'll never know who we are. We always live for the future, but we have to respect the past. And Kathy will always be remembered in our hearts and minds forever, and not only her family, but all the people that knew her, and then another generation telling your children who Kathy Osterman was and what she did in the city council and other things, and how she was so proud of the community here and the entire community, and she was always in the forefront of human rights, which is really important for the gay community. That was really important. She stood up at all times saying, "Let's about fairness," and where we've come all the way in that debate. Now think about in that debate today, how important this community is to the past of the city and the future of the city. And she stood out. She stood out very strong, and never wavered at all when people were criticizing her or carrying the banner, which was really important. As we look very shortly, next Tuesday, no, not next Tuesday, following Tuesday, everybody was saying, what he's talking about, September 7th, is returning school day, and all the things that we give to our children is a quality education. Give to quality education, give them a gift for life. I think you all know that. So it's important that all of our children get back to school September 7th. They had a wonderful summer. This has been a wonderful summer. That lake has been warm. Great, great. Biking's been great. Thank you, Tim. But to me, this is a special day for me because Kathy meant so much to our family and so much not only to the community here but to the city. She really enjoyed public service, and there are wonderful people in public service that I met. I don't care in the federal, state, and local. There are great people in public service, and you've had them here from Carol and Harry here and Mary Ann Smith and all the others that have followed. Public servants are important to you. You have to know who they are. And then you can understand the challenges they have. But when they have a community supporting them and behind them, that is always the commitment that you have to have. And that's why the strength up here is rebuilding community block by block and rebuilding the city. I wish we had more aldermen that came with the same attitude into the city council at all times by working together. We can all disagree. And I think in Washington there's so much disagreement that they've lost their common sense. I mean, we pay their taxes. I don't care if they're a Democrat, Republican. The issues have really just divided all of us so much. Why? I mean, it should never divide us. There's a difference of opinion, but I think you should love and respect everybody for their opinion. But it seems like today, it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. And that's the thing I've been concerned about, how the dialogue and politics is not helping people anymore. It's more talk and more yelling at people than getting it like this done. This is simple. How do you get this done? That's what we want government to work for you. Once they're elected, you pay their salaries. They're not a Democrat or Republican. You pay their salaries. Remember that. You pay their salaries. And whether you voted for them or whether you didn't vote for them, it doesn't matter. They still have to represent you. It's very important that we lost sight of that. In all the elections I've been, I had people who voted against me or did this. I'm their mayor. I have to go out there and listen to them. I have to get the things done, whether they like it or not. And I think that's the approach that Kathy would take. Kathy took that approach, and she took that approach in her lifetime, and that's why this dedication is very appropriate. And Erin will talk about I like to talk about all the environmental initiatives that are in this facility as well as the one out at Oakwood at 39th. The same concept. This is a wonderful facility that has an environmental great impact upon the environment. Thank you very much.